What's up, guys? It's Bickley. I know. Alright, so today I want to go over LTO's third installment, Colony Groups. This is a fairly large mod with quite a bit of content, which means we have a lot to discuss. So I'm just going to skim through the basics and allow you to discover the rest. And let's get to it. So upon starting a new game or loading your favorite save, you're going to notice that your entire colony is already put into a group. This is your colony group. This group contains every colonist in your colony, and any new additional colonists to join your colony will automatically be added to this group. It provides an excellent way to manage your entire colony at once. So let's move away from that for just a second. To the right, you'll see our create group icon, and under that is our options menu. Click to open it and you can see all of our display features that you can toggle on and off. This is because colony groups will override any other colonist bar mod that you have, so we decided we'd just include our own. Have fun, play around with that, suit your own needs, whatever. We also have this button at the top, which is show all colonists. In case you get confused as to which colonists are shown from which groups, you can just toggle them all to show at once at the top of the screen, as well as our hide pawns off map feature, which is great for multiple colonies. And you can even hide the groups themselves. Look at that. May seem kind of useless considering the whole point of the mod is groups, but trust me, it'll come in handy. Alright, so now we want to create and customize our own group. So we'll select these pawns, click this button, and there you go. You got a brand new group. Too easy. You can hover over this group to see the pawns beneath. Left click the group to expand. You can even right click a pawn to reorder them however you wish. That's pretty cool. Or you can right click the group, which will bring up our group menu. We'll get to these options later, but for now I just want to focus on this manage tab. And there you go. As you can see, we have plenty of options in the management window, which opens by default. So you'll scroll over this way and see that you can set the drug policies, food restrictions, outfits. We even added these awesome little icons in the top right that kind of give you an overall view of your group. As you can see, mine's hungry because I'm a horrible leader. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, let's go up real quick to rename. And let's name it something cool like, Cool Guys. There you go. That's fun. Then we can go down. You can click and find your own icon, which it'll be different once we release, but this is the basic setup. You just kind of select a banner, and then you can select an icon to go over the banner. You can even change the colors, so that's pretty cool. Just get creative with it, and I look forward to seeing the community creations, by the way, because this will all be implemented in the files. You can make your own icons, whatever. You can also sort the group based on any skill in the game. So like shooting, melee, it'll automatically sort the group, and any new colonists you get in the group will kind of go into that assortment. So if you want to sort them like personally by yourself, you need to go ahead and click none at the top. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Down at the bottom we have our disband tab, so you can disband a pawn or the group. So we'll just click this guy, do this, disband pawn, kicks them out of the group because you didn't even want them anyway. And you can also disband the group, of course. Now let's say we regret kicking them out and we want to add them back. We just right click the group, come down to add selected colonists. You can actually add any colonist that is selected. So you could select the whole colony and add them to the group if you wanted. There's that option there. You can hide them from the top bar if you wish with this button. There you go. Great for larger colonies. And yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Okay, so let's check out these other features for our group. So let's right click, and at the top you'll see we have this rally button, which will select and draft the entire group, and boom. Oh, we also added this draft icon to the top right of the colonist pictures because there's nothing worse than having drafted pawns and not realizing it. Let's go ahead and undraft these guys. Right click and open the work menu. And this is definitely one of my favorite menus. So basically, you can tell the whole group to kind of do work tasks. Alright, so you got look busy, which is universal, but one click will kind of do like a quick job. So it'll send everybody out to kind of do one of that job. If you right click, it'll set them to prioritize that job. And if you right click again, you're going to put them into slave labor mode, which is going to make them work until they break, basically. So be careful with that. Alright, so we'll scroll down a little bit. We got our take 5 menu, which will basically tell them to take a break and stop working. We also have chow time to tell them to go eat, get some chow. And then we have lights out, so it'll tell your guys to go to sleep. And to the right, we have our standard work order stuff, so you can kind of prioritize work and it'll affect the entire group. To the right of that, you can actually send the whole group on a caravan run, which is great. Okay, at the bottom we have research. This button will open your research menu, but we also have a research work button, which you can basically slave your Einsteins into researching constantly, so that's awesome. And moving on to the orders menu. So this is great. I love this. At the top, you can see how many shooters and melee you have, and if you click one of the buttons, it'll actually select the shooters of the melee. In the middle, you have your active combat-ready pawns. Then we have our attack menu, which fire at will is kind of like the default attack. Strongest, weakest, you can tell them to attack the strongest and weakest enemy. And then pursue fleeing to run down those fleeing enemies. That's really cool. We also have this regroup button, which will tell your group to kind of regroup on the squad leader, and your squad leader is the first pawn in the group. So below that, we have battle stations. So basically, you put all your guys into positions, click set, and it'll set their positions, and then you just click battle stations, and it sends them to those positions, and that's, really helpful for, raids and stuff. And below that, we have this miscellaneous section, which the middle button will tell your group to take buffs if they have them on hand, like wake up and whatnot. And the left and right is like upgrades, so you can upgrade armor and weapons if any are available. And then below that, we have medical, so you can tell them to report to medical if they're hurt. You can tell them to tend the wounded, which will kind of prioritize healing people. And then rescue downed, which is cool. And then at the bottom, we actually have your, it's like a display of your group's overall armor rating. And then to the right of that, we have their overall damage per second. And then to the right of that, we actually have like this rank system. So it kind of combines the two in a way and then presents like a rank. And we have quite a few ranks, and it's combat extended compatible. So yeah, have fun with that. Alright, and I think that pretty much sums it up, I mean, we've covered basically all the basics, and if you have any questions, just feel free to jump on the Discord and ask away, or you could always revert to Vitfo and figure it the fuck out, but let's also give a round of applause to the man of the hour, Mr. T. And hey, if you really enjoy the mods, man, feel free to come support me. Become a patron today. Help us out because, I'm not going to lie, modding isn't exactly cheap, and it's all kind of coming out of my pocket right now, so every little bit counts. Alright, so I hope you guys love the mod. Make sure you check out our other creations, and I'll see you next time.